sometimes when you're in that dark place, I need you to hold on. I need you to hold on strong and don't give up. Make an impact in this world. Don't look at it as though it's something that you got to do temporary. Although we know that life is short, like the many people in this world, they didn't realize that the next day they was going to be diagnosed with a cancer. They thought that tomorrow was going to be waiting for them, and they did not wake up. But you are still living. Now what do you have to do? How are you going to move forward? How are you going to proceed your life? Life is not a game. Life is living. I say to you right now that you must make it. I say to you right now that you must tell excuses, fear, and doubt that it has no place in your place of business. For this is your life that you are fighting for. This is your life that you are living for. Don't let anyone take away who you are, how true you are, and what you matter in this world to so many other people. I need you to believe in every possibility that you have and understand that it is not over for you. And maybe you may be in a position where you feel that you are broken, or you feeling that you're going to be broken. But I'm here to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that you are built to last. I'm here to let you know that you don't have the right to complain anymore. I'm here to let you know that you got to keep on living and living on strong. You have to.
What's on my heart today is procrastination. The trailer that I'm going to tell y'all about today is something that I had the plans 20 years ago. And procrastination, keep on putting it off. Now it's 20 years later, but I'm thankful. It feels good. The accomplishments feels good to do that, because I've been talking about that to so many people in these years, way before Equalizer. When Equalizer came out, I didn't even want to do it no more, because my character, I already had him as a Russian assassin. So when Equalizer came out, I was broken. I was like, oh man, that's my character. People gonna think that I stole their character now. So I don't know. And these years right now was alright for me. I'm thankful. But what changed was my confidence back into the idea of the movie. So 20 years after the training day part 2, 20 years after the training, and my first character of Denzel was that he was with the Russians because he couldn't come back to the United States no more, because you already know he did too much. And he was an assassin for the Russians. But procrastination, more movies came out. People get your ideas after a long time. If you don't use it, you lose it. So I want to tell you, if you got some good ideas and it's so strong, move on it. Do not procrastinate on nothing. Start not procrastinating on nothing. Practice make perfect, right? Well, close to it. Nobody never gonna be perfect, but close to it. But I'm gonna get into the trailer, and I'm definitely thankful for everything, and I just hope y'all enjoy it. I want to sell it. I'm selling this movie, so I'm definitely trying to get it out there. So it's really good. It's put together really well. I was going to go off the books and all of that, but I'm going to go off the head because this is in my heart. It's been a long time coming. So I just hope y'all enjoy. So the first part of it, remember they was on the roof, so I'm gonna let y'all see the roof part, and then I'll take over from there. Stop it.
Others when you're weak. And maybe when you're at the weakest point in your life, someone will lift you up. Because we all struggle. No one is immune to it. So keep fighting forward. Don't give up.
Well, y'all just finished watching the part when Denzel and Ethan Hawkins was on the rooftop. When Denzel knocked him out and he was out cold, he never got up. He was dreaming that. When he in part one, when he shot him and everything, that didn't happen. He was laid out. He was asleep. He was dreaming that. The cops and the FBI, everybody gonna come on the rooftop and they're gonna wake him up. But he's gonna think that he shot him and all of this stuff, but none of that never happened. I'm gonna tell you what really happened. Now we're gonna get into this is the intro of the movie. Okay. Denzel knocked him out. He's laying there, so Denzel went in the bird coop. He takes the bag out. He goes in the window and he comes out. He goes to the car and he puts the bag in. He goes in the front, opens the car, gets in. He takes his watch off. He puts his watch on the top and set a timer. It's 11:50 right now. He gotta be to the Russians with that $1 million at 12 o'clock midnight. So he got a whole ass. Excuse my language. So he gets in the car, he sets it. He starts pushing on the metal, trying to get there. Now the scene, it changes to the Russians. So when they show the Russians, you're going to see the boss, the Russian boss. He's going to be just standing there. But he's going to have all of his bodyguards around and everybody's going to be just looking, but nobody's going to be saying nothing. They underneath like some bridge. It's like a bridge and they underneath it. And everybody is just looking, and some of the bodyguards is just looking at the time because they know 12 o'clock midnight. If you don't get there before 12, it don't matter. 12:01, he's dying. So it clicks back to Denzel. He's just flying down, just speeding. It clicks back to the Russians briefly, then clicks back to him, and he's just flying. He's looking at the time. It's 11:58. He's seen the bridge. He just peeled. He gets there, pulls up. It's 11:59. The seconds is clicking. He gets out, When he gets out the car, he accidentally slips, and he gets up, he goes to the trunk, lifts it, get the bag. It's 11:59 with 50 seconds left when he grabs the bag from the back. He gets it. He's running. He just launched the bag. He launches it. The seconds is clicking. 8, 58, 59. The bag falls right there and slides right there. And it's 12 o'clock. Denzel is just looking all stupid, but he's just looking like confused, like, did I make it? Or he don't understand what's going on. Nobody says nothing. The boss signals off one of the men to look in the bag, and he opens it. He opens the bag. He looks back up to the boss. The boss says, "You family now." In that Russian accent, "Your family now." It clicks off from them to the rooftop to Ethan Hawkins. Now they coming over him, they waking him up, and he's like, "I shot him," and he's saying all of these crazy stories, and then they telling him they gotta talk to him because he had drugs in his system and something about a gun that they found that he's supposed to shot that man earlier. So they taking him anyway. And he don't understand. The ambulance is up there. It's just pandemonium. It's crazy. And it goes off. It goes off. Let me take off my jacket. Now, that was the intro. It goes off. Now it comes back on. Now, it shows it's in a room, and it goes around. But you can see people that took off their clothes, through whatever. Cause when the camera goes around the room, you could tell somebody had a long night, a good night probably, whatever. And you see it, but it goes past a badge, and they say FBI, and that's Ethan Hawkins. He's an FBI agent now. This is 20 years later. Remember, this is 20 years later. So they see it goes past the FBI badge, is him, and it goes to a bed. Ethan Hawkins, he's in a bed with a woman. So it's not his wife. His wife passed away 5 years prior to that time. So he been going through a lot. So he wakes up and he looks over to her. And he just touched her hair and stuff. Touched her hair. And she wakes up. She wakes up and she's like, "What time is it? You know I had to be to the office." She jumps up. She's trying to get stuff. She's like, "I gotta take a shower." And she goes in to take a shower. Ethan Hawkins, he is laying down. He's laying down. He feels some phone vibrating. And he looks, he gets the phone. He sees the name that it is. That's his boss. His boss used to deal with his new woman or whatever, it's complicated thing or whatever they got, but she goes back and forth to the boss and to him. When she's mad with him, she's mess with the boss. When she ain't mess with the boss, she messes with him. And he knows this, but he's in love. So he sees the phone, and he just started reminiscing about his wife and kid. And he was just thinking about when he was together with them, and he was just this like, wow. He just started tearing up. He thought about the crash. He saw the crash, and then he just didn't want to think about it no more. And then she came out, and she was getting dressed, and he put the phone back underneath the pillow like he never seen who called her or whatever. She said she wasn't messing with him no more, but he sees that's a lie. So this movie is gonna prepare you to show you that he don't have nothing to really live for. He don't like the job because his boss is bringing out his woman sometime. Well, both of their women's, whatever. And so she comes out, she gets dressed, and she's telling him that she'll see him later or whatever. But he don't even care because he sees she's still dealing with him. He like, It clicks off. It clicks to a scene. You hear giggling. Like somebody is tickling somebody. But when the camera comes in, it looks like one of those hotels, them nice hotels. That's how it looks. But it's an apartment, but it looks like one of them extravagant hotels or something. That's how nice it looks. So it's coming. It don't show you at first of who it is. You just hear giggling. So it goes through. It shows you a big mirror, and it goes past, and then it comes to Denzel. He's in bed with a Russian lady. Mm-hmm. So he's tickling her. He's whatever, and you don't know who daughter that is yet, but you'll find out. So Denzel, she tells Denzel, they was laughing and giggling, and then all of a sudden they got serious. She said, you know I gotta go to America, right? And he just looked at her. He got straight now. She said, you know I gotta go to... I don't want to jump shifts too quickly, so I'm just going to stay on that for you won't get confused. But you'll find out why. So she goes, you know if he ever find out, he'll kill us both. Her father, he's the boss. So Denzel went and started working with the Russians because he couldn't be in America no more. He'd do life in prison if he had stayed in America. So he had Russia. He with the boss. They can't touch him. If he try to come back to America, that's a risky business. But he ain't been back for 20 years. But that's gonna change right now. So she's telling him like how she gotta go back and whatever, and her father been asking a lot of questions of why she's going to America and staying so long, and he been asking a lot of questions about it. So she's getting worried, and Denzel try to tell her it's okay or whatever. Now Denzel, so okay, I don't want to jump shifts. So he's like, he gets a call, and it's her father calling him directly. Her father never calls nobody. He only tells people to call. And he told Denzel that he needs to speak with him, to come to see him. And Denzel said later. He said no, now. So Denzel just like, okay. Denzel gets on the computer, because what the Russians did for him is, what he did for the Russians is, he gave them all of the American tactics to police work and how they investigate and how they do everything. So he made the Russians stronger, and then the Russians returned the favor and gave him the top skills in computer. He could do anything with computer tech. So he could do anything with a computer, anything. So that's what he got now. So he's dangerous with that. So he's just like, I gotta go, and she's like, she's leaving tonight to go back to America because she gotta be with her daughter. But that's gonna be crazy. So Denzel, it clicks off of Denzel. It goes straight to the boss. He's looking out the glass. He's looking out the glass. He always stand like this, but he's looking out the glass. And he started reminiscing. He started reminiscing of when he told Denzel, he was with Denzel one night. This is what he's remembering. And he was like, you did so great. You the first black American to come so far up in our mafia family. So the Russian mob. So he's telling Denzel he could get how much money he needs. It don't matter. He could have businesses. He could do whatever. The only thing Denzel can't have is his daughters. That's the only thing he's told Denzel that he can't have of his. And he went up to Denzel and he held him and he said, "You're like a son to me." You know, in that Russian, "You're like a son to me." And Denzel was just like, hugged him. They was close. They've been together a long time. And he hugged him and stuff. And now it's back to the present. The boss is just looking. And then the boss's right-hand man just came in and told him Denzel is outside the door. And he said, "Let him in." And then he just stand there, staring out the glass. Then Denzel came up to the glass too and started looking out. And then the Russian mob the boss started talking in riddles. He just started talking in riddles. Started saying, "You know a man that walks blindly, what happens to him?" Denzel just was like, he just was puzzled, and he said, "What did I tell you?" And then Denzel was like, "What?" He said, "You think I don't know about the daughter, the 10-year-old daughter in America? Nothing get past me." Denzel is shocked when he said 10-year-old daughter in America. Denzel said, "I'm so sorry." He said, like, "Don't touch me or nothing, but shut up. Don't say nothing." He said, "I know how we can make this right." Denzel said, anything. He said, "I want you. If you do this, we'll be even. You took my daughter, now I take your daughter. I need you to go to America and kill her. He put his hands on his shoulder. He said, I love you like a son. Tell me now, can you handle this? He said, tell me now, can you handle this? I'll kill you right now. Denzel was just in a state like, anything you say. Anything you say. Now the scene clicks to Ethan Hawkins. He's at his desk, ready to get briefed by his boss that he don't even like. So Ethan Hawkins he's just writing down something, and the boss is talking. He always never look at him. He don't even care what he says. The boss has something to say today. He said, he was on the board. He said, it's been 20 years, but he finally came back to America. He's coming back to America. They got snitches everywhere. Some of the Russians is spies for America, and they told them that he's coming back. So the FBI want to pick him up. And Ethan Hawkins, when he said Denzel, about Denzel's coming back, Ethan Hawkins was writing, and Ethan Hawkins came up there. And he started looking at Denzel. Denzel's face started coming closer and closer to him. He wanted him so bad. Now that his wife and kids is dead too, from a car accident, he don't even care. He got a cheating girl. He don't even care. The boss, he don't care. He want him so bad. He want Denzel. He want him so bad. It was just coming. Then the camera started coming close to Ethan Hawkins. Started coming closer and closer. And then you see it clicks off. And then it goes to when Ethan Hawkins is driving. He's look like he's driving to like a countryside or something. And you don't know where he's going. He's just driving. But it look like it's the country part a little bit. So he gets to this house and he pulls up, and this older guy comes out. Older guy comes out and start looking. And Ethan Hawkins was looking at him, closed the door, walks up. He goes, Dad, how you doing? Hugs his father. He goes, what brings you, what's going on? He said, I got work to do. He goes to the barn, open it up. He's as over obsessed with Denzel Washington. He opens it. He yanks off this cloth, and you saw all pictures, all kinds of stuff with Denzel. He's in Russia, this, that. It's crazy. And he's just starting to look at everything. It's just going to Denzel everywhere. Just going to Denzel everywhere. He's just looking. Then it clicks off. This is now Denzel is talking to the daughter. He's talking to the daughter. He's like, he knows everything. It's over with. I gotta go to America. You stay here. Then Denzel was like, you come with me. She was like, my father want to see me tonight. He was like, come with me on the flight tonight. She was like, okay, I'm going to meet you at the airport at such and such time. So Denzel was like, he was leery of it. He was just leery like, It don't sound right. It just don't sound right. He looks back and she says it in a Russian thing, in Russian language. She said it, I love you back, but in Russian language. But then she laughed and said, I love you too. And then she left. He's looking at the time. It clicks off to the airport. He's at the airport. He's calling her. Nothing. The flight is already been here. They boarding. He gotta leave. He jets off. He got a time limit to make sure this happens. So he knows the Russian mob the boss got people in America looking. He's strong. He got paper and he's strong. So he gets on the plane. Now he's thinking. Denzel could see what really happened. She went to her father, and then he was on the balcony. He was on the balcony, and she came, and he said, come. And he hugged her, and he said how much he loved her. And he told a story about when she first was born. She was the last baby girl he got, and he just he loved her so much. He would never let nothing happen to her. And he was hugging her, and he said, I would never let nothing happen to you unless you cross me. And he throws her over the balcony. And Denzel, the plane is taking off, and he could see that. He knows after he do what he do, the boss gonna get him killed anyway too. But the boss wants satisfaction of him killing his own daughter, because he feel like Denzel did the same to him, took her innocence. So it gets crazy. So it punches back to Ethan Hawkins. Now he's looking at paperwork. He's looking at mad stuff. So the FBI, they watching so many different airports, all this stuff. But Denzel, he got a nice different look to him. They got him looking a little different to get in America. And the boss got something, he gets in without them knowing. But they know he's there because of the snitches. So I'm a skip to, I can't give y'all everything, because what somebody gonna wanna buy it if I give y'all everything. But I'm gonna skip more to the ending part. So Denzel is in a big, remember that I was building y'all up with Ethan Hawkins, where he don't like his job, he don't like his ex or his girl right now because of he don't like the boss. He could walk away from this. He could walk away from everything. So he's on the edge. He's just hanging from a little hair. So, oh man, y'all hear that? So I'm gonna be having to stop this soon. So I'm cutting this short, but Denzel is gonna be in a big building in Manhattan. He's gonna be in a big building, and he's gonna tell the people, remember, his computer whiz is crazy. He was over the boss's accounts and all of that. Billions of dollars the boss got. And he's gonna take all of the boss's stuff, put in another account. Denzel was not dumb. He's gonna turn the table. He's never gonna kill his daughter. Oh, I can't tell you that part. Oh man, I'm talking probably a little too much. So I'm just gonna speed it up. So Denzel is in a big building. He tells the people, he goes, listen, I only want FBI Ethan Hawkins. But he ain't say Ethan Hawkins. He just, so everybody's outside that building, but it's taped off and everything. So they think it's bombs and stuff in there. So Ethan Hawkins get in the building and oh wait a minute, I should not be saying all of this. The ending and stuff. Well, I don't want to mess up nothing. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I'm going to give a little more, but I'm going to see what I could really say before I want to sell this. I just wanted to put a little something out there to give the idea of what's happening right now. And thank you for everything.